Him unlocking his awakening right now is not a shonen trope. It is what Oda has taught us all along. From chapter 1, we see Luffy's fruit acting more as an elastic than pure rubber. Yes, he does have rubber properties, but his offensive power was always based on stretching his body and using the elastic force generated by that to make his own attacks that much more powerful. The more he stretched, the stronger he got, and so on. With Gear 2nd, he was able to use those stretchy body parts to make his blood flow faster. With Gear 3rd, he was able to make those stretchy body parts grow with tension, allowing him to deliver more destructive blows. And with Gear 4th, he was able to kind of combine both those skills while making his body bouncy and resistant at the same time. And with most of his attacks, the stretchy property of elastics were always on display. The bigger the initial stretch put into the preparation of the attack was, the more powerful it would be, like when he used Cracker's attack to stretch himself backwards so that that force would then be applied with a multiplier back onto Cracker due to his body's abilities. But this is not all. All of these attacks come as a consequence of stretching his physical abilities to the limit. Gear 2nd shortened his lifespan, Gear 3rd turned him into a mini version of himself, and Gear 4th rendered him pretty much unable to act after using it. All of his greatest powers came with side effects. So, what would be the limits he would have to stretch his body to unlock his awakening? Death. The consequence for stretching his body to over its limits was death, and with that came his biggest power up to date. He died, his heart stopped, and the biggest stretch of his physical abilities led to unlocking the biggest power the fruit has, Luffy's Devil Fruit's awakening. It makes so much sense. His powers always required his body to be under stress, and they got stronger while his body got under more pain and suffering. Him unlocking the awakening right now is not a shonen trope. It is what Oda has taught us all along. As for his abilities, they're still a mystery, but clearly the fruit can bring his heartbeat back whenever it stops. His body seems to be acting more as a viscous liquid than rubber or elastic right now, which I assume gives him an even greater defense. And those two things might allow him to use Gear 2nd much easier and maybe even upgrade that, or they may allow him to fight in a different way, kind of like Goob from Ben 10. Although I wouldn't want that. But, let's see. We've always got surprised by Oda's writing and by what he showed us. Very few times did he disappoint. So, I'm not afraid at all of what's to come. I'm really excited and I can't wait for next week's chapter. And if you liked the video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.